This tutorial is going to cover how to set up the Action Illustrated clip art for digitizing. Let's take a look at how much of our clip art is set up. This is one of our dragon mascots that I took from our Templates Volume 3 collection. Our clip art, it consists of a large silhouette shape with all these smaller objects placed on top of the silhouette piece here. If I were to send this design as is through the Auto Digitize, it would stitch out this full bottom shape as one object, one solid piece, and then put all the other objects on top of it. So that would be more stitches than we want. It'd be a really, really thick patch. So now that we understand a little more about the images, I'm going to walk you through how to prepare a piece of clip art for digitizing. The first thing we need to do is to adjust the image size. Adjust the size before you add stitches. If you add all the stitches to it and then try to make it bigger or smaller, it will slow your computer down and it's going to be harder on you that way. So first, size it. If I select everything in here, I can tell by my rotating toolbar the size of this design. It's 7.326 inches wide, 4.924 inches tall. I can just type in the size that I need this to be, and as long as my ratio is locked, it's going to keep it the same. So let's imagine that my size requirements for this design would be 4 inches by 4 inches. I just take the larger size, which is our width, type 4, hit enter. It sizes it down proportionally. So now it's 4 inches by 2.688, and it would fit within our requirements. Next, I need to trim out my shape so I don't have any overlapping objects. I have everything selected here, and I just click on this button right here, Simplify. This is going to trim out all the objects from each other. So now I don't have a silhouette anymore. Now all of these images have been cut out. Next, I'm going to go ahead and adjust the order of my objects in my Object Manager so I don't have any unnecessary thread changes. So the Object Manager shows us the order in which the design will be stitched. The bottom object is the first object that will be stitched. I'm going to move my dark green object to the top so it's stitched last. Then I'm going to move all my objects of the same color together. So I'm just grabbing my greens, dragging them down here. So now my machine will stitch out my yellow first, followed by the light green, then the white, finishing with the dark green. Finally, the last thing I need to do before sending this through my Auto Digitize is set my recipe. Action Apps, Digitize Worksheet Properties. Here is where I set my fabric. We'll just make it for a t-shirt. My machine here, I'll just keep it on my Tajima. Hit OK. Now I select everything and I click on the Auto Digitize button right here. So it's taking every single one of these shapes and digitizing it. Here we go. Let's check this out in 3D. You can see it looks great. The only thing is I have a couple threads here crossing that I can adjust. I can fix that by adding a trim and some jump commands directly to these stitches. So the way I would do that is I'm going to click on my shape here, and then I'm going to go to my Stitch Select tool. Let's come over to our Object Properties. Alright, so here's where I can play through all of my designs, or all of my stitches. So I want to eliminate this jump here. So if I click on this stitch right here, I'm going to click play so I can see it's starting on this end and then it's stitching over here. So what I'm going to do, and these are actual stitches, it's actually laying down stitches there. So what I'm going to do is here, before it makes this jump, I'm going to add a trim command. Go to trim, hit apply. Now there's a trim. Go to the next one. I don't want that to be stitched. Let's apply a jump, hit apply. Next, we're going to also jump there, hit apply. Next, the last one, this will be the last one, we'll go ahead and do one more jump, apply. So now let's go ahead and find the return path. Alright, so this, now if I play through, this is when it's making the leap back over. It's stitching out stuff over here, and then it's jumping back over to this other side. So right here, we'll add another trim, hit apply, you can see the little scissors there. We'll add another jump here, jump, apply. Next, add the jump command, apply. We should be good. Let's go ahead and check that out now in 3D. There, you can see we eliminated that line. So that's, maybe I have like another jump over here. It looks like I do, that I could adjust that too. But that is how we can go ahead and do that. The last thing that I'd want to do before stitching this out is I'm actually going to select all of my like colors within my object manager and go to Action Apps and the Auto Start and Stop. This is just going to make all of my start and stops within my one color, each color the most efficient that it can be. Auto Start and Stop. So I just want to zoom in here again. You can see that I have all of this pull compensation that's already applied. I also have, we can see right there, there's underlays applied. That's because I set my recipe. So this design is ready to be saved out and then opened up in your machine software to be sent to your machine. So let's run through the entire thing again. I'm going to close this guy out. I'm going to bring in a piece of my clip art. I'm doing this with my Action Illustrated Instant Designer. First thing first, let's size it down. I'm going to go ahead and make it 4 inches by 2.843 inches. Hit the Simplify button. Let's organize my like colors. Now, first thing, I'm going to take this into my Instant Designer. This color is too close to the white. I'm having a hard time telling the difference. So I'm just going to make this darker so I can really see what's happening. Alright, so let's organize my light colors. I'm going to put my dark blue at the top to be stitched out last. So I'm collecting all of my lighter browns here. I'll have those stitched out first, followed by my gold, and then I'll put my white here, then the blue. Next, we'll set the Digitize worksheet properties. Go ahead and set it on another t-shirt. Now I select everything, and I'm going to go ahead and click on the Auto Digitize. This design is more complicated than the dragon image. I paused my recording device while my Easy Stitch has been working here. I just wanted to let you know that this Auto Digitize process, to do something like this, it's going to take about 4 minutes. If you're going to take an object this complicated through the Auto Digitize, be patient. It will work as long as your mouse is actually showing that it's actually working. Like I have this little circle device showing me that it's working. It will work. Don't close Corel. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish this design by selecting my like colors and going to the Action Apps Auto Start and Stop. Take all my golds, Auto Start and Stop. And my white pieces. And let's check this out in 3D. And you can see it looks great. So that's how simple it is to digitize within the Action Easy Stitch